रेकी वन नाबू हमारा नाम है विनोद लाल फैंटम रेडियो फीजी 2 हम लोग बहुत लाइक करता हुआ ये सुनता है
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन.
Yana Vanaka and good morning, Fiji. In this bulletin, families lament falling victim to land scam. Child immunisation at risk due to COVID-19. And authorities renew termite warning.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
More than 10 people fell victim to a land scam at River Road Settlement in Narere. Resident Committee President Leone Rocco says thousands of dollars were paid by residents in the belief that they would secure leases over their informal homes. Sanya Nimboila has the details.
This was the approval letter given to Rakesh Chand, one of the many families in River Road who forked money after being promised a piece of land.
Came in a government vehicle and they asked us to give them money so that they can find land for us to build our house. We have given the money and we are still waiting. The land they promised was a reserve land.
Ram says he was told to buy building materials in preparation for the lease. He spent $3,000 and never heard back from the alleged scammers.
We gave $150. The man even told us to get our house materials ready, so we bought almost $3,000 worth of house materials. This was the last 3 months and they gave us this approval letter.
Another resident paid $400 and was told to build his house in Nausori. River Road Residents Committee President Leone Rocco says all this surfaced after a meeting with the Housing Minister Pramila Kumar.
We had a meeting with the minister and she has clearly stated that there will be no more construction of new houses in River Road. Some of those that have given their money were very much concerned with it because they have given money, so we later found out that it was a scam.
Investigations by FICAC revealed that fees ranging from $150 to $5,000 have been paid by unsuspecting victims of this scam. Sainia Nimboila, FBC News.
Meanwhile, the Fiji Independent Commission Against Corruption confirmed they have questioned a few suspects in relation to the alleged land sale scam in Nausori. These scams were discovered in the River Road Informal Settlement in Narere and the Millennium Informal Settlement in Nausori. FICAC confirms their investigation is ongoing. Fijians have been made to believe that they are receiving or securing land with accompanying approval letters bearing headers of the ministry or that of the Ministry of Local Government, Housing and Environment. The COVID-19 pandemic is putting routine childhood immunization in danger. The United Nations Children's Fund in the Pacific has recorded a decline in vaccination as COVID-19 continues to bring about fear and uncertainty. Kelly Vadala reports that Fiji is one of the highest immunization coverage rates globally, and Health Minister Dr. Feremi Wanganambete says we have not lapsed.
The healthcare disruptions caused by COVID-19 could have a devastating impact on child mortality.
We've seen a small drop-off and fear in some corners of mothers being afraid to take their children to get essential vaccines. That's a problem. We know that diseases like measles and other diseases that can be very dangerous for children.
COVID-19 does not erase other diseases and their impact, and the Health Ministry ensures every child gets their full immunization routine.
As soon as a child is born, from the birth registration, we understand where they're going to be going to next in terms of their clinics, their maternal child health clinic, and they're being watched. And if they don't turn up for their vaccination, our teams actually go to their address or calls them and visits them and tries to understand the reasons why they haven't had their vaccine.
Health Minister Dr. Feremi Wanganambete says getting children immunized is part of the law. These vaccines are essential for protecting children from infectious diseases such as measles, rubella, tuberculosis, mumps or polio.
Part of the Child Welfare Act is actually the rights around the child, the rights to health, the education. And using that, we can be able to talk with the parents about the importance of actually making sure that they have immunization.
The World Health Organization says misinformation about vaccines are also adding fuel to the fire, putting young lives at risk. It says the avoidable suffering and death caused by children missing out on routine immunizations could be far greater than COVID-19 itself. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
12 people sustained serious injuries following an accident at Nasole Road in Nasinu over the weekend. Police say a vehicle driven by a 40-year-old whilst turning into Nasole Road collided with a vehicle driven by a 25-year-old man. The victim was travelling from Suva to Nasole, while the suspect, who was allegedly under the influence of alcohol, was driving towards Suva. The victim, who is a graphic designer living in Wainivula Road, Thambati, had 7 people in his vehicle, including a baby. The suspect, who lives in Valilevu, was driving a rental with 3 occupants. All 12 are currently admitted at Valilevu Health Centre and the Colonial War Memorial Hospital in Suva. An investigation continues. Fijians living in Lautoka and Lambasa are being advised to be alert as the swarming season of Asian subterranean termites has begun. Once termites enter homes, they are likely to shed their wings and form new colonies, destroying wooden structures. Pranita Prakash has more.
More than 5,000 homes in parts of Lautoka and Lambasa have already been infested by termites over the years.
The Asian subterranean termite is commonly found. It is currently infested in the areas of Lautoka district, from we can say Saveni to Adrasa, and then in Lambasa we have from Nasekula to Bunika.
BEF Acting Chief Executive Suren Pratap says the damage caused by these termites run into millions of dollars, thus the need to stop it from spreading.
Currently what we are trying to do is we are trying to contain and control this termite within the infested zone. Also preventing any movement of host material from this area to the outside, because through movement of this host material we can easily spread termite to other parts of the country.
The government has introduced legislation to prevent people from unknowingly spreading the Asian subterranean termites. Moving materials from infested zone to other areas can result in fines ranging from $5,000 to $100,000 depending on the type of offences. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Up ahead, Rewa on track to win VPL. And Boer records first win in Vanoi Championship.
Hi, Bula. I'm Selai from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Rewa has extended their lead at the top of the Vodafone Premier League standings after beating Nandi 2-1 at Ratadakambao Park yesterday. The Delta Tigers goals were scored by Tevita Waranivalu and Peniam Mendrova, while Ame Votunui netted Nandi's goal. Here are the goals.
Brucius, Afraz Ali, Ramzan floats it long. And waiting for it, and the mistake by Serevi and Tevita Waranivalu. A beautiful cross there. Simeone Taminisau again lines the wall. Short in the header, Baigan following through and playing it through, and it is Christopher Kumar. Nandi's Christopher Kumar. It spilled out of the hands of Simeone Taminisau. Ame Vutunui, well, let's see who will be the credit. It's Ame Vutunui. Waranivalu. Floats it through, and a header, a lovely header through. A lovely header from Benjamin Drover.
Lautoka gave a remarkable performance yesterday in the Vodafone Premier League after holding Suva to a 1-1 draw at the ANZ Stadium. The combination of Patrick Taronga and Felipe Mbaravilala assisted Naloumbu with the first goal for the Whites in the 48th minute. Lautoka replied with a goal to Sitiveni Davwilangi in the 58th minute for the 1-1 draw. Suva head coach Babs Khan says a lapse of concentration in the first half cost them the game.
You know, you could see them, they were playing one style of football, they're going in the middle and going outside, you know. And our players lost concentration in the first half, and we talked about it, and and we said, this is how we're going to tackle it. And we came back, with creating more chances, and we almost scored,
The Boer rugby side put up an improved performance against Motherwata over the weekend in their Vanoi Championship match at Vuya District School Ground in Nambawalu to record their first win. After their disappointing loss to Overlau last week, the side bounced back in style with a 31-17 win over neighbours Motherwata. Even their fans knew how important and special the win was for the side. Boer coach Peli Kalo says the next 2 games are important for them.
Everyone's here today saw the result, and I'm pleased with the result. We managed to work on our mistakes from the last 3 games, and even last week, as I have mentioned, my plan today is just focusing on discipline. And once we focus on discipline, then the result will just speak for itself.
Cricket Fiji's T20 competition is starting to attract a lot of interest. The Suva competition at Albert Park yesterday saw many young players turning out for respective teams, especially in the women's event. Cricket Fiji CEO Alex Kondrote says the competition is like no other because there are surprising results.
In the past, you'd always have 1 or 2 teams that were easy to beat. But now with the competition going, there's no easy team in either pools. So the men, they prepare quite well throughout the week, knowing that whoever it is that they're facing on Saturday is not going to be an easy game. So it brings out the best in them, and it's been good to watch.
Defending champions Liverpool started the new Premier League season yesterday with a 4-3 win over newly promoted Leeds United. Mohamed Salah scored a hat-trick for Liverpool. Quick look at today's weather map. It is Monday, the 14th of September. Completely brand new week. Expect strong wind warning to remain in force for the land areas of Yasau and Mamanutha Group and northeastern Vanua level. A high pressure system to the far south of Fiji directs a fresh to strong southeast wind over the group. And that is your FBC Morning News. Join us at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. Remember, in times of crisis, you need factual news that you can trust. Stop believing fake news about the COVID-19 on social media. Fight misinformation by getting only the facts about the coronavirus from verified news sources like FBC's TV, radio, and digital media news. www.fbcnews.com.fj. Keeping Fijians connected with the truth.
Nada go merere te lawa, go ngai tabua, ando talita kana vararonga na Radio Fiji 1 nando mai viti.
Radio Fiji 1 nando mai viti.